Over the last 7 days, the government's been hammered over the state of the economy. Analysts predicting an economic downturn far worse than the 1990s and that of the turn of the century suggested drastic measures to cut costs. Overseas, the predicted meltdown is being likened to that of the Greek economy. Treasury released a statement late yesterday pointing out yet again what many stakeholders already knew, that a drop in oil prices is hitting PNG hard in the pockets and that the shutdown of Octedi, one of our biggest revenue earners, is also impacting on the budget projections. The opposition has leveled several accusations against the government, including the loss of financial discipline and the failure to reform state-owned enterprises like PNG Power. The government, meanwhile, is saying in so many words the situation is manageable. The Treasury says budget cuts will be made, but the government still hasn't said where the cuts will be made. But we do know at least those cuts won't affect education, health and funding to the districts. The government's hit back at the opposition and analysts that the reductions can't be done in a way that affects the momentum of growth. Now, a supplementary budget is now inevitable, but it'll also be interesting to see how the government will deal with wastages in the state-owned enterprises and the large, cumbersome public service that consumes a lot in recurrent expenditure. Now, the funding to districts will be maintained, but when they get the money dependent on cash flow is another matter altogether. The government's also expected to live up to its legal obligations of debt servicing. Scott Waide, National EMTV News.